Beaker. A beaker is a cylindrical glass or plastic vessel used for holding liquids. It is a multi-purpose piece of equipment used for containing a chemical reaction, measuring liquids, heating them over a Bunsen burner's flame, or collecting them in a titration experiment. Conical flask. A conical flask is the most commonly used laboratory equipment in scientific research. It is used to hold and measure chemical liquid samples. Furthermore, these chemicals can be heated, mixed, and boiled in a conical flask depending on the research. Separating funnel. A separating funnel is a funnel that is used to separate immiscible liquids. Liquids that do not mix with each other are said to be immiscible. Two immiscible liquids, such as oil and water, can be separated by using a separating funnel. Test tubes. Test tubes are widely used by chemists to handle chemicals, especially for qualitative experiments and assays. Their spherical bottom and vertical sides reduce mass loss when pouring, make them easier to wash out, and allow convenient monitoring of the contents. Pipette. A pipette is a laboratory instrument used to measure out or transfer small quantities of liquid, in volumes of milliliters ml, microliters μl. Evaporating dishes. An evaporating dish is a piece of laboratory glassware used for the evaporation of solutions and supernatant liquids, and sometimes to their melting point. Evaporating dishes are used to evaporate excess solvents, most commonly water, to produce a concentrated solution or a solid precipitate of the dissolved substance. Pipe clay triangle. Pipe clay triangle is a piece of laboratory equipment used to support a porcelain crucible being heated by a Bunsen burner, or brass blast burner, glass alcohol burner. It is used in conjunction with other lab equipment to create a stable framework to heat in high temperature. Condenser. In chemistry, a condenser is laboratory apparatus used to condense vapors, that is, turn them into liquids, by cooling them down. Round bottom flask. Round bottom flasks are often used to contain chemical reactions run by chemists, especially for reflux setups and laboratory scale synthesis. Boiling chips are added in distilling flasks for distillations or boiling chemical reactions to allow a nucleation site for gradual boiling. Watch glass. A watch glass is a circular concave piece of glass used in chemistry as a surface to evaporate a liquid, to hold solids while being weighed, for heating a small amount of substance, and as a cover for a beaker. Crucible tongs. Crucible tongs are welded steel tools used to lift a hot crucible from a furnace or for other items which cannot be handled with bare hands. Tongs. Laboratory tongs are large pincers for grasping and lifting vessels of heat-resistant material used in high-temperature chemical reactions. Spatula. Spatulas are used to transport and distribute dry chemical compounds. Spatulas are used most often when weighing out chemicals on a balance because they allow you to collect very small quantities of the chemical at a time. Thermometer. A laboratory thermometer is used to measure the boiling point and freezing point during science experiments. It is also used to measure the temperature of substances. It measures temperature ranging between -10 degrees Celsius and 110 degrees Celsius. Scapula. Scapulas are long, scoop-shaped and made of metal. They are used interchangeably with spatulas to transfer solids, to a weigh paper for weighing, to a coverslip for melting point, scraping out of a flask or beaker to a watch glass, etc. Test tubes holder. A test tube holder is used to hold test tubes. It is used for holding a test tube in place when the tube is hot or should not be touched. For example, a test tube holder can be used to hold a test tube while it is being heated. Crucible. Crucible is used in the laboratory to contain chemical compounds when heated to extremely high temperatures. Volumetric flask. Volumetric flasks are used for precise dilutions and preparation of standard solutions. These flasks are usually pear-shaped, with a flat bottom, and made of glass or plastic. Burette. Burette. Laboratory apparatus used in quantitative chemical analysis to measure the volume of a liquid or a gas. It consists of a graduated glass tube with a stopcock, turning plug, or spigot at one end. Test tubes brush. A test tube brush or spout brush is a brush used for cleaning test tubes and narrow-mouth laboratory glassware, such as graduated cylinders, burettes, and Erlenmeyer flasks. Bunsen burner. A Bunsen burner is a type of gas burner that is used in many chemistry procedures in a laboratory setting. It is used to heat substances, to combust substances, and to sterilize objects on high heat. Centrifuge. A centrifuge is used to separate particles suspended in a liquid according to particle size and density, viscosity of the medium, and rotor speed. Wash bottle. A wash bottle is a squeeze bottle with a nozzle, used to rinse various pieces of laboratory glassware, such as test tubes and round-bottom flasks. Wire mesh or gauze. Wire gauze or wire mesh is a gauze woven of metal wire, or very fine, gauze-like wire netting. Wire gauze is placed on the support ring that is attached to the retort stand between a burner and glassware, or is placed on a tripod to support beakers, flasks, or other glassware to protect it during heating. Funnel. Laboratory funnels are used in chemistry and other scientific experiments for funneling liquids or powders into containers with narrow openings. They are typically made of glass or plastic, and come in a variety of shapes and sizes depending on their application. Capillary tubes. It is a cylindrical tube with a constant diameter that can be filled up with any gas, liquid, or solid particles. The diameter of the capillary may range from 3 mm 5 mm and the length ranges from. The main aim of the capillary tube is to reduce pressure. Digital weight balance. An electronic analytical balance, also known as a digital analytical balance, is an exact weighing instrument used in laboratory settings for measuring the mass of substances. It is designed to provide accurate and reliable measurements, typically with a readability of up to 4 decimal places or even higher. Stirring rods. A stirring rod is used for mixing liquids, or solids and liquids. Stir rods are used as part of proper laboratory technique when decanting supernatant because the contact helps to negate the adhesion between the side of the glassware and the supernatant that is responsible for the liquid running down the side. Graduated cylinder. Graduated cylinders are used for measuring volumes of liquid. Scientists will pour the liquid into the graduated cylinder and view it at eye level, lining up the bottom of the meniscus of the liquid with the measurement lines on the side of the cylinder. Florence flasks. It is used as a container to hold liquids. A Florence flask has a round body, a long neck, and often a flat bottom. It is designed for uniform heating, boiling, distillation and ease of swirling. It is produced in a number of different glass thicknesses to stand different types of use.